Hello, lovely people. So I am testing out my webcam, and yeah. So, ooh, lighting got really weird. Um, you might hear a TV in the background. You might see Shannon in the background. Accept your life. Um, so I made a video about the Atlantic City. Basically, there's four prostitutes in AC that got murdered in 2006. It's called like the East area rape. Fucking no, it's like the East area stranglers. I don't fucking know. It's got a bunch of, it's a monster that murdered people, the end. So I made this video on it, and, like, I started making, like, my little, like, iMovie video, and I don't have enough information because there's not enough information on these people, and I got really frustrated. So I was like, I'm just gonna see if I can use the webcam and see what happens, because I haven't tested it out yet, and the video I was making is annoying to me. So I stopped watching Onision videos a while back, obviously. I stopped really making videos about Onision. I mean, I made one in, like, November, I think, just making, like, talking shit on the people that are, like, super anti-O's and, like, really into it, because they're big fans. Like, anybody I super hate, if I'm gonna watch you all the time, I'm gonna, like, hate watch you, then I'm a fan. Like, I'm giving you views, I'm a fan. So, like, if you, like, are super anti-Onision and, like, you follow every thing he fucking does, then you're just a massive fan. But before that, the last one I made was probably, like, a year ago. And, like, I stopped, I'm not subscribed to any of his channels. I don't really watch anything he does. But every once in a while, like, his shit will come up on my YouTube, like, feed. And I try to usually ignore it. And the other day, like, excuse me, it was, like, 3 in the morning, and it was late. It was, like, some, like, very black and white, video. And I was like, I'm gonna delete this later or something. And I was like, I fell for the fucking clickbait. I fell for it. So I was like, alright, what is this bitch talking about? See, I can't remember which one it was, because I watched 2 that night. So it was either him bitching about people, like, sending him Predator magazine, and the fact that he's trying to act like he doesn't understand what that is, and I'm like, bitch, you're not that stupid. Or maybe you are, but they send you a Predator come on. But whatever. And, like, sending pizzas to his house. And it's like, you're giving these people who hate you and, like, spend money on you for some reason, like, attention. Like, just, that's what they want. Like, you're playing the game, I guess, right? But one of them was about the goddamn fucking forum. Now, a rational human, like a rational person who got called out for being a creep, would just delete the forum. Like, you don't need that part of the forum. You don't need to rate, like, do you need to rate little girls? Like, or little boys or whatever? Little girls, obviously, so boys. You don't need to rate little girls. You don't. Like, I mean, if you're going to, like, rate, like, underage kids, like, at least do it, like, by yourself so nobody else sees it. There are people, I mean, okay, and obviously in a perfect world you wouldn't fucking do it, but, if he's gonna be a creep, like, fucking just at least do it where nobody sees it, because it's being a fucking creep. But instead of just accepting the fact that he did something creepy, he keeps saying, like, well, they weren't naked, and I told them not to put any inappropriate photos, and blah, blah, blah. Alright, because we know so much that 15-year-old little kids fucking pay attention to rules. Especially when they're trying to get their, biggest, their favorite YouTuber to notice them. But even if they're fully dressed, even if they're in goddamn fucking parka, like, and fucking snow pants, it's creepy for a grown man to rate teenagers. It's creepy. It's fucking creepy. And, like, who are you to, like, rate, like, who are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that some of these kids are so obsessed with him that they are seriously, like sitting on bated breath, waiting for their king and Nision to be like, yes, you're beautiful, or no, you're ugly, like. And the fact that, like, the only problem he has is, like, well, they weren't naked. They weren't naked, but you're still rating them. Like, would you say the same thing if they were 10? Like, well, they're not naked. That's still creepy. Like, I'm the same age pretty much as Onision, and I would never think to look at, like, a 15-year-old and be like, oh, baby. Now, yes, I could look at somebody who's a teenager and be like, oh, the person's pretty, or the person's not, like, whatever. But I would never tell somebody I think they're ugly, because ugly and pretty is literally the eye in someone's eye, like, in someone's eyes, if you will. There's people who think I'm ugly as fuck, but I think I'm pretty, so fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, not just because someone else, like, his opinion don't mean shit, and he has to know that. But at the same time, like, he's not saying, like, it was wrong for him to rate kids, or, wrong for him to have inappropriate photos, and be this, like, whole, like, because the whole entire fucking, like, forum, when it all comes to that kind of shit, is, like, basically for, like, hebophiles. Like, if you like teenage girls, you know where to go, kind of thing, because they're all on Onision's fucking forum, regardless if they're fully clothed or not. Like, he's pretty much opening this door to, like, fucking people to, like, go fucking mack at the 15-year-olds. Like, it's not that hard to fucking make a fake profile on that thing. Like, it's just, there's so many, like, wrong things with it. The fact that he's be like, well, they're not naked. It's like, so when you go out in public, do you, like, sit, like, are you that old man, like, sitting on the, like, the mall, like, bench, like, drooling at, like, 15-year-old girls? Like, it's creepy. Stop saying, oh, it's because they're clothed. It's creepy if they're clothed. It's creepy if they're not clothed. It's fucking creepy. When he's 45 years old, he's gonna have, what, like, a 12-year-old? Like, is he gonna back it to a 12-year-old? God, I hope not. But is he gonna be okay with, like, 30-year-old guys being like, oh, you're hot or you're not? Like, I would think not, because, I mean, that's a dad. She should not be okay with that. But him acting that way, like, what can he really say? Like, the best thing he could do for his career is just not, like, get rid of the fucking forum. Like, just get rid of it. Like, go back to your Twitter rants and bullshit or whatever. You were getting enough attention from that anyway. Go back to your fucking Twitter and fucking just let your little, like, you know, team of little kids that want to talk to you through Twitter, and problem fucking solved. But no, you have to have this separate little forum of, like, pictures of, like, you know, ugh, it's just, how do you not know? How, you know, like, I can't believe you don't know. Like, you know it's gross and you know it's wrong. And I'm, like, annoyed that I'm talking about it. At the same time, I'm just like, this bitch. Honestly, when it comes down to it, like, I have a lot to fucking say, but I don't want to say it in public kind of thing. Because it's been an interesting fucking few months. It's actually getting better, though. Finally. It's finally getting a little better, which is good. But, like, I'm aggravated, so, like, there's a bunch of shit I want to say, but I can't say it. So instead of yelling about an ECM. But, yeah, actually, here's something funny, though. I actually got a customer complaint at work. And I'm pissed about it. I'm pissed about it because it was bullshit. I know for a fact it's bullshit. I know this never happened. I know it was somebody basically, we got a new manager. We've had issues. We're okay now, whatever. I'm actually moving to another store anyway. But, we're you know, A-okay, whatever. But, somebody called and said that I was working with someone I work with all the time, and that this person who was, basically, it was all bullshit. Like, I'm not even going to say what it is, because if this person finds this video, they're going to know what I'm saying. But, like, it's all bullshit, but I'm aggravated by it, because even though it's bullshit, and even though my manager was like, that's fucking bullshit, that never happened, I know, for example, they said I said duh in it, and I was like, I don't say duh. You know, like, if nothing else, I don't say that shit. But, she still has to tell the DM that she'll talk to me, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to another store, I'm trying so hard to get fucking promoted, and now I'm going to have this, like, in my record that I'm apparently some asshole who know-it-all about hair color, and I'm like, well, I do know a lot about hair color, but I'm not an asshole. And it's just like, oh, I'm fed up with that. I'm just aggravated. Like, I have 2 days off this month. And it's just like, On a happy note, I found a dupe for Jeffree Star. Seriously, this shit right here, guys. If you can't afford the $18 fucking Jeffree Star, buy it. It's amazing. It stays just as long as his shit does. It looks just like it. And that's gorgeous. Ooh. But, yeah. Anyway, trailed. So, just wanted to test the camera and yell at something. So, I'm going to attempt to finish that video, but we'll see. I don't know, like, I'm not excited about it because I mean, I don't have anything to say. Like, basically the video, okay. The Eastbound Strangler is his name. I keep forgetting his name because I think it's weird that we give serial killers like names. Like, he's not special. He shouldn't have some fucking like special name. Like, just call him a fucking piece of shit monster and be done. But he murdered 4 prostitutes in like November 2006. And it was all like 4 in a month, which is a lot in general. And I wanted to talk more about the victims because like nobody talks about them. And I tried to find any information on them, and there was literally Web Sleuths, which, like, Web Sleuths is a forum of people, so, like, you know, it could be false information and we would never know. And then I looked on for, like, a few articles, and I found New York Times, which used to be, like, a good publication, which, okay, not anymore, and I found, like, 2 on, like, NewJersey.com. And I was trying to find information on who these people were. And, like, the way the New York Times article was written is they were, like, demonizing these women. I mean, yes, 3 of them were crack addicts. Doesn't make them deserve to be murdered. It doesn't make them not people. You know, it just makes them addicted to crack. And the one was an alcoholic, but apparently, according to New York Times, she was a crack addict because apparently she hung out with crack addicts. Like, and, like, the way they fucking talk, like, one of the girls, like, the first girl they talked about, she used to carry her crack pipe in, like, a napkin in her pocket, which is common. It's glass, and I'm sure if you're a crack addict, the last thing you want to do is break your crack pipe. But they were like, I guess they're trying to be artistic, because they were like, she holds her crack pipe in a napkin in her pocket like a religious relic. And I'm like, bitch, she doesn't want to drop her fucking crack pipe. Like, stop it. And then with the last girl, who was literally 20 years old when she got fucking murdered, she, like, was a prostitute on occasion. Like, she wasn't even really, like, a prostitute yet. She just was going through some shit, you know, and, like, and was a massive alcoholic, and she was trying to, like, afford her fucking habit, if you will. They said she was a crackhead when she wasn't a fucking crackhead, which is whatever. It doesn't matter if you're a crackhead, alcoholic, whatever. And they also, like, tried to, like, they made everybody out to seem like they were some fucking, like, less than human, if you will. And that's what the media always does. Like, anyone who isn't, like, your all-American girl is less than human. Like, I always talk about how much I hate the Mara Mora case. And not because I hate Mara Mora and I don't think she deserves any justice, or, like, we don't deserve what, you know, like, her family doesn't need to happen to her or whatever. But, like, we talk about Mara Mora all the time. She's been missing for 14 fucking years. She's not alive. The end. Like, I don't know if we'll ever find out exactly what happened to her, but like I really do not see her. Like some people believe that she's like in Canada, like living a whole new life. She was 21 years old. Like you really think that she was able to like pull? Come on, like no. I personally think that literally she was driving drunk a lot of times. She hit a fucking, she slid and hit that fucking little ditch thing. She got scared because there's wine all over her car. She is a runner, and there's literally two things happen this kind of thing. Your adrenaline's pumping, and two things happen in car accidents. The fight or flight kind of thing. And she fucking ran. She's already a fucking runner. So she ran through those woods that she used to fucking hike in all the time, but she fucking was already a track star. So she ran. And I think she ran really fucking far and ended up lost somewhere in those deep fucking woods. Because honestly, yeah, they've done searches for her, but fucking New Hampshire woods are deep as fuck. So chances are she unfortunately died of exposure somewhere in those woods. Rest her soul. It's a horrible thing, but that's pretty much what I feel happened. And they weren't able to find her because the woods are really deep, and by that point, animals have probably gotten to the bones and stuff. Now, that happens, and yes, of course, talk about the case. It's something crazy that happens. But there are people that literally have podcasts that have like 400 fucking episodes about this case, and they're dissecting everything she did. There is at least been like 4 documentaries about her. Like every single time you read any article online about a strange missing person case, she's brought up. Okay, so let's think about it. She was in college. She was going through some shit. Her boyfriend was apparently cheating on her. She wasn't very happy in life, which happens to a lot of us, especially in our 20s. She had a phone call with her sister, and apparently it made her cry. Okay. And she decided to go away, which she did before. Like, she went away in high school. She went to Boston out of nowhere. So this time she decided to go where she went before. She had to go up to fucking New Hampshire. So she's driving her beater-ass car into New Hampshire, and she gets in a little fucking car accident. Like, that's it. She wasn't, like, running to go kill herself. And honestly, if she was, I mean, fuck, you think she don't drive away to New Hampshire? Like, there's easier ways to kill yourself. Like, that's just my reality on that. But, like, it's not some, like, big conspiracy theory, you know what I mean? Like, the only reason we're still talking about her is because she's the perfect girl. And she's not the perfect girl. That's the thing. The more they find out that she's not the perfect girl, the more they almost get, like, mad about it. Like, I actually started listening to one of the podcasts, and the 3rd episode was called, like, The Scorpion. And it was talking about how, like, she wasn't, like, this perfect girl that we all thought she was. Well, no one's a perfect person. In general, no one's perfect. But, like, she, like, and I don't know, maybe I'm a monster. I mean, it's very fucking apparent. Like, maybe I'm just a piece of shit. But the things she was doing in college, I'm like, I don't know. Like, to me, it's not that big of a deal. Basically, in college, her first school that she went to, which I want to say is West Point, she got kicked out for stealing makeup. And I was like, okay, I did that when I was like 13. I didn't call it though, because I was better at you than you more. Fucking stupid now. It's the stupid shit you do when you're fucking stressed out or just being reckless and dumb. And that's what she was going through. She was going through a reckless, dumb phase, which we've all, like, a lot of people have gone through. I went through like a fucking 20-year of it, please. And then she went to the new college. And the new college, she got caught stealing a credit card. And stealing, not stealing a credit card, but stealing a credit card number off of a receipt. And the minute people hear that, they're like, there's no way, they don't have credit card numbers on receipts. It is 2018. If our computers die at the job I'm at now, we will write down your credit card number. And we have a copy of your credit card number, and so do you. Now, back in those days, it didn't have the CVV whatever number on the back. So, yeah, if I found your credit card number, I could fucking use it. And, case in point, I was mad at somebody once. And I happened to find their credit card. Now, it was a total, like, luck of the draw. Like, they dropped their shit, and it just happened to be, like, a credit card. And I took that fucking credit card. Did I do anything with it? No. But I was pissed at the fucking time, and I tend to run on my emotions. So I took that fucking shit, and I took it home, and then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And I cut it up and threw it away. Like, I cut it up in a bunch of little pieces and threw it in, like, 2 different trash cans, and nobody could fucking use it. But, like, you do stupid shit when you're, like, in your 20s. Like, you just do stupid shit. It doesn't make her some fucking monster. And, like, with the credit card, she bought, like, food and stuff. And people are like, oh, she must have had a boyfriend or somebody else over. No, the bitch was bulimic. Like, it's all fucking signs point to the fact that she had an eating disorder. She was a track star, so she had to stay in a certain weight category. However, she was really fucking stressed out. She was made to be Miss Perfect by her family because she had a sister who was, like, Miss Perfect and a sister who wasn't Miss Perfect at all. Like, she had the exact, like, opposites. Like, she had a me in the family and then, like, my family, like, my sisters in the family kind of thing. And she was trying so hard to be, like, the perfect sisters, but she's falling into the category of the not-so-perfect sisters, the me of the worlds. And I think like her one way of her controlling, which a lot of eating disorders start off as a way of control, and that's what I think she was doing. I think she was fucking bulimic. I mean, she would go and like order like food at like 3 a.m. and order like 4 fucking subs and shit. Like, I don't think she's ordering food for her whole fucking dorm and shit. She's ordering it for herself to eat and fucking purge it, because the one thing that she can fucking control, does it make her a monster? No. Does it make her a bad person? No. It makes her a sick girl. Like, she was sick. She was a little mentally fucking ill. She was probably really fucking depressed and sad. And you do stupid shit when you're depressed and sad. And yes, she was drinking and driving. And that's horrible. But again, I'd like to find a lot of people that have never said they've never drunk and drive in their life. Now, mind you, I would never do it now. But when I was her age, yeah, I thought it was fucking funny because I was a dumb idiot. I was very fucking reckless. I made stupid fucking decisions. If I went missing and when I was 21 years old and people fucking tracked what the fuck I did at 21, holy shit, I was goddamn fucking Satan incarnate. You know what I mean? And they're making her out because, like, she's not here to defend herself or explain anything that happened, making her out to be like, oh, well, she's not what you thought she was. But they're still talking about her because she was in college and she was this perfect girl, even though she sort of wasn't this perfect girl. It's like, and even at the point now that her family's like, can we stop this? Like, we know she's not around anymore. Can we stop fucking rubbing salt in this wound? And the icing on the motherfucking cake of this whole fucking thing is her dad. Okay, her dad's been the one who's been fighting for it, like trying to, like, you know, get this case open. And it's finally like, you know what? I don't think she's alive anymore. We need just to drop it. I want to, you know, like, be able to mourn and sort of, like, go on, you know? Oh, when she had the first accident that involved, like, her, like, well, she went to a party, so I'm assuming she was drunk. But she, like, hit, like, and she hit a guardrail, so I'm like, again, assuming she was drunk. She went back to her dad's hotel room, and she slept in the same, well, no proof, but there was only one bed in the room, and her dad was sleeping in it, so she slept in the same bed with her dad. So apparently that made her dad's a fucking child molester, and I'm like, you can sleep in the same bed with a family member and not fuck them, you goddamn fucking nasty people. Like, I'm in my 30s. If I had to sleep in the same room with my dad, I would sleep in the same bed and not be uncomfortable about it because it's my father. I'm not gonna fuck him. Like, y'all fucking nasty. You know what I mean? Like, people want to make everything into everything, but for some reason we're still fucking talking about this girl when all fucking, like, logic points to the fact that she's not here anymore. But then we have people that literally, like, the 4 fucking prostitutes that got murdered in 2006, and then we have, like, fucking people of interest with that, or, like, other cases I fucking have, like, actually, you know, profiled, or just people in general that nobody talks about. And it's like, we could actually solve these cases. You know, justice could actually be served. It only happened a few years ago, but she did drugs, so fuck her. You know, like, she was a prostitute, so whatever, she deserves it. Like, that's how fucking society sees us, and it fucking makes me so mad. So the videos I end up doing are always on the same kind of people. Like, they're always usually people who are, like, drug addicts or prostitutes. Because I hate that nobody fucking seems to give a shit. Like, just because somebody fucking, like, everyone's a prostitute to an extent, in my personal opinion. And I'm gonna get a lot of fucking hate for that, I don't care. To an extent, a lot of people prostitute themselves in some form or another. Now, not everybody prostitutes for money, but a lot of people will be with that, you know, annoying-ass boyfriend because he, you know, pays your bills, or he gives you somewhere to live, or what have you. How are you not a prostitute, but that bitch who gets money, actual cash, is a prostitute? You're both fucking somebody for something else. You know what I mean? Like, but, oh, you're so much better. You know, like, no. And me with the past that I did have, and I have no qualms about my past, and I'm not ashamed of anything I fucking did, because I always said all I wanted in life was to have a bunch of stories. And I had a lot of fucking stories. I got fucking lucky as shit, but I had a lot of fucking stories. And I got lucky. I got very lucky. But if I went missing today, you know, like, almost like a long ass time since I did fucking drugs, and I went missing today, I would probably not be looked for. Besides, of course, like, by the people who care about me, like my wife and, like, my mom and stuff. Besides that, they would assume that I'm off on a bender, even though I haven't done heroin in, like, fucking years. But I was off on a bender, partying, and, like, fucking newsflash, guys, it's really rare for people to go out on benders for more than, like, 3 days. Like, if someone goes on a bender for fucking 2 months, they're probably dead. Like, I mean, as horrible as it sounds, I'm sure they're not always like that, but, like, for someone who hasn't done drugs in forever and then starts, like, randomly does drugs, I find it really crazy to think that, like, oh yeah, they're on a bender. Well, okay, you are just being lazy, like, the end. And it's the same thing with, like, and again, more hate for this, the Eliza Lamb case. Now, Eliza Lamb, we don't really know what happened with her. The videotape that was released, the whole, like, her in the elevator, looked very spooky, and it was done, I honestly feel it was done for, like, a reason to look fucking spooky, but she had bipolar disorder, which thousands upon thousands of thousands of people have. Because she had bipolar disorder, all of a sudden she had a mental break. Now, mind you, if you watch my Snapchat, I can have a day where I'm, like, happy as shit in the morning, and then screaming at night, and then crying later on, and then happy again. And if I go missing that day, I guess I'm having a mental breakdown. No, I'm just expressive, I guess. I have no qualms about being myself. Like, obviously, I have a fucking YouTube channel where I do this shit at. You know what I mean? So, like, guess if I go, missing tomorrow and you look at my Snapchat today, you're like, oh, well, shit, she was angry. I guess I just had a fucking mental breakdown. Don't worry, you'll know when I have a mental breakdown. I'll make sure it makes the news. Like, fucking shut the fuck up. People are so dumb. Alright. On that note, I guess I'm gonna stop yelling at a computer. However, look at this. This is what I get to sleep near every night. Where are you, Biggie? Look how fucking cute he is. His eye opened. He's like, fuck you, Mom. Sorry, don't kill me. Don't pee on myself, Biggie. I'm sorry, you're cute. Bye, guys.